Welcome to Let's Get Dumb, the podcast where I, comedian Joe Kilgallon, and comedian Jonah Jurkens like to ask dumb questions, tell dumb stories, and just have a dumb old time with you. Jonah, how are you, my man?
Joe, I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great, dude. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I was just going to say that.
It's been, I'm excited for 2024.
Yeah.
You're excited for 2024?
I am.
Big things for this podcast, big things for us as comedians, big things for our listeners.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm putting the big things out there right away.
Huge things.
I'm preaching big shit.
What are you excited for most?
Just all the comedy I'm gonna be doing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm filling up the calendar. This is gonna be the year I make the most money I've ever made doing stand-up comedy.
Nice.
I'm going to
You're gonna make
do
over
more cities. I'm gonna do
$5,000.
several new cities that I haven't done before.
Yeah.
I'm going to make $1,900. It's gonna be
Hell yeah, dude.
pretty spectacular. You know what I'm saying?
After travel and after expenses, yeah.
No, definitely.
Right,
Well, I
yeah.
get to write that off though.
Oh, right.
You got to think about the write-offs this time of year.
Joe, so we talked about this pre-podcast. You switched from digital to analog calendar, and this has been a big help for you.
It's been massive for me, Jonah.
Uh-huh.
Here's what I did, everybody.
Just like your hog.
Thank you I love how every other episode you like to throw that out there for me, and I appreciate that. I'm going for comfort in the new year, by the way. I'm wearing extra large sweatshirt, Curb Your Enthusiasm inspired. I'm rocking sweatpants. Underwear's a little tight.
Should we rename the podcast to the Hog Squad?
The Hog Squad?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
We should get shirts made
Yeah.
called the Hog Squad.
Hog Squad.
Hog Squad. It's hard to say fast.
It is. Just Hog
Yeah,
Squad.
I didn't like it, how it came
I
out
feel like we're
the
saying
second
Hog
time.
Swartz. Hogwarts.
Hogwarts?
Hogwarts.
If your hog has warts, you're in trouble.
That's not good.
No, you got to get some penicillin.
See your doctor.
Go see your doctor. Don't fuck around with that, guys. Treat your hogs well, and your hog will treat everyone else well, or something.
Yeah.
All right. So,
A wart sounds big, right? Doesn't a wart sound big to you?
Warts do sound big to me.
Like a wart does, right? So if you got instead of like a little zit, you got a wart on your dick, you'd be like, and they're spaced. Damn, dude. Hog Squad.
Warthog.
Warthog.
A warthog. Thank you,
Warthog.
producer Austin.
This is
Good
why
to
you're
see
here.
you. Also,
What do you do, by the way? What do you do?
What?
Other than come with fucking gems.
No, I
dude.
don't deal with you guys. Sorry.
Dude, he just hits buttons and comes up with gems. That's all he does, man. He's fucking high batting average over there. You asked me about the calendar, though.
Yes.
I was going to talk about that because I think this could help all the listeners as well, right? It's the beginning of the year for
Right.
everyone. So I got this idea off of this crazy guy on TikTok, one of those kind of like motivational dudes. He used to own the Atlanta Hawks. I forget his name, Jesse Itzer or some shit.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about? I don't
No.
know. It goes on Rogan's podcast where he calls it the big ass calendar, and he was selling it. And his calendar, I couldn't stand the way it looked because what he did was it was big. But you know, a calendar view being like, this is January, right next to it's February, March. He had like all the days in a one line after another. I'm like, that's not how anyone has ever viewed a calendar, right? And I didn't like that. So I then looked on Amazon, found a calendar half the price, laminated, so I could do dry erase markers with it, so I could, swipe stuff off, add stuff to it. I'm like, good. So everyone, hit me up. I'll share the link with you on Amazon. His calendar is like $40. This one's like 22.
Yeah.
And what I like about it, it's big. It's a big ass calendar. It's all the months of the year on one single it's not like a sheet of paper because it's laminated, but it's nice. So you can see the whole year right out in front of you.
Yeah.
It's 3 feet by 2 feet. I put it up and it's been helping me so much because, wake up in the morning, I look right at that wall. It's the first thing I look at because I sleep on my side.
Right.
And now I'm looking at the calendar and then I'm motivated to fill these fucking dates and to plan the year out. So it's not just like planning on work. It's also like, all right, this week, I'm busy the rest of the month. That week, we're going to go to some fucking Cubs games. We're going to do a little day drinking on this day.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff like that. Or,
I love day
take the
drinking.
kids to the zoo, maybe plan a vacation it's just a nice way to plan the whole year. And I thought to myself, though, at first, I'm like, I don't want to be a guy that plans his whole year. That's not spontaneous. That's not fun. But then again, why not try it? If
Right.
I don't like it, then in 2025, I go back to my old shit. But
Yeah.
so far, I'm loving it. It's keeping me motivated.
Yeah.
Because you used to have a cool idea you were telling me that you used to do, but you color coded it though.
Yeah. So I would when I first did stand up, I would write. I'd have the calendar out, and I would write everything, all my open mic sets in green, and then once I started getting shows, I'd write that in red, so I could just see it, see the calendar from a distance, and I'm blind, so I could just see the colors and just know where I was at, and it's a very big motivator. That's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because it seems like it brings a motivation. It's a lot better than looking at your phone where you're just like, oh, I guess okay, there's a dot there.
And it helps that things don't sneak up on you as quickly too. 'Cause
Right.
how often have we been in a situation where it's like, oh fuck, I forgot to send in, I wanted to do this in March.
Yeah.
Now it's February 1st. It's too late for me to get booked on this, because you and I are planning on hitting up Vegas. It's not official yet. Jonah will be with me when I do Mic Drop Mania. It's this great comedy club in Chandler, Arizona, which is a suburb just outside of Phoenix. For you Cubs fans who listen, it's about 12 minutes from where the Cubs play spring training baseball. So we're going to be there March 22nd and March 23rd. March 21st, that Thursday before the Friday Saturday, we're hoping to hit up Vegas and do like a one-night show there.
Which would be great.
Which would be awesome. So, but because of this calendar, we're like, let's get on it.
Yes, get on it.
If we didn't have this, if I didn't have this calendar in my face, maybe I'd be like, oh fuck, dude, I fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? There's no excuse now.
Yeah.
Like it's accountability what this thing is.
Yeah, it's just nice because it's visually you look, because like you're on your phone, you have to think to look at it.
And you get distracted on your phone.
Yeah, right. And this thing's just like you walk past it and you're like, fuck, what am I doing with my life? That's when I was in my 20s and I was trying to lose weight and get like stronger. I would put all pictures of like male celebrities that look good on my fridge.
Nice.
So like if I was gonna like, oh, get some fucking chocolate, I'm like, no, protein. And like, but I got a lot of people had a lot of questions.
Well, I was just my big question,
in.
because I remember going to your apartment back in those days, and I
Yeah.
just don't know why they had to be nude though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well,
they were all the leaked nude photos that nobody should have saw.
Right. That was to remind me that, Jonah, you're not hungry, you're thirsty.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good, man.
Yeah.
Thirsty for that dick. All right. So, but no, whatever motivates you, whatever. And I like the word accountability I just used with that, because it kind of keeps it where if I have a bad month, it's, if I have a shit June, that's on me.
Yeah.
Because I had fucking 6 months to get ready for it, right?
Yeah.
It's right there for you. Or in the past, you could always make the excuse of, I was busy, I was this, I was that. Let's fucking go, right?
Joe, top 3 male bodies, go.
Top 3 male bodies?
That you wish you could look at. Or you, like, I'm not saying you look fantastic, but where you're just like, oh, I'd love to look like that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Body, movie, go.
Obviously, Brad Pitt in Snatch.
Okay.
He's a little
In
thin
Snatch.
though, but like, or in Fight Club.
Okay.
What other fucking dudes were on my?
So you like them lean.
It's not
you
often.
Like them lean.
I'm sculpted out of a piece of granite.
Of course,
you know what I mean.
Right.
I'm 190 pounds of romping, stomping dynamite. So
Right.
I don't really compare my body to other men too often.
Yeah.
Thor, Chris Hemsworth in Ragnarok,
Big
or in
lean.
any of the Thor movies,
Uh-huh.
because you're tall and kind of jacked. You know
Yeah.
what I mean. I don't know. That's 2. Who would be a
That's 2.
third?
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis in My Left Foot. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. The way he just
The
was
boxer. He's
chilling
in the boxer. He's pretty jacked for the boxer.
I know he got in good shape for the boxer. I don't know any of the Marvel movies. Those dudes always get ripped.
Always get jacked, yeah.
HGH steroids helping them out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ryan Reynolds, Blade Trinity. That's number 1 for me. Bradley Cooper, A-Team. That's number 2 for me. I don't know why they're all associated with really terrible movies, but who would be 3? This is fun. Who would be 3? Jean-Claude Van Damme, Double Impact. Did it.
There you go, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very proud of you, man.
Thanks.
I have a lot of questions.
See
for
the
you
buns
as
on
well.
that dude in Double Impact?
No.
Man,
No.
it's a thick ass. Would you want a thick
Are we
ass?
going to have an episode one of these days where you reveal something to us?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
If I haven't
What
already
do I
revealed
mean?
it, then you don't know me
What
at all.
do I mean, Jonah?
Uh-huh.
Are you going to start getting booked on more shows?
I'm trying to get more booked on more shows.
You're
Yeah.
part of the alphabet.
Uh-huh.
I was just trying to figure that out. No, man. I'm just laughing at myself because I remember like 10 minutes before the podcast, you were like, "We'll recap the holidays."
yeah.
You right away go into male bodies.
I just like making you feel uncomfortable.
And
It's really fun.
Hogwarts, we talked about
Yeah,
warts,
yeah, yeah,
warts
your
on hogs.
your warty
And
hog.
doesn't make me uncomfortable. I'm man enough to admit when another man's good looking.
Yeah.
No problem with that.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
It was nice that you
was a
said
lot.
like that you want to like that you're like you're shaped like David or you're like just like David, right? Just as symmetrical.
David, the painting or
Did
the
you mention
sculpture.
that? Did you not mention that?
I did not. I said I'm carved out of a piece of granite.
Oh, like David. That's why
Is
I said
David carved out of a piece of granite?
That's a good point. I don't know. It is stone. I know that.
Michelangelo's
I've seen
David
it.
with that little dick.
Okay, so if
How
you go by
pissed are you
scale,
if you're David? If you're David
okay, no, see
and you're up in heaven, wouldn't you be like, Michelangelo, you piece of shit, man?
Oh, dude, have
couldn't
you seen that
fucking
thing?
lie for
Have
me.
you seen that thing?
Yeah, it's tiny. It's a tiny penis.
You've only seen it because it's on a piece of paper. This thing is like fucking 10 feet tall.
No,
you know how big
but
that
he's
dick
not
is?
really 10 feet tall. And proportionate to the rest
Yeah,
of
but
his
when you're
body.
looking up at that dangly thing and you're like, God, that thing's big. If something hit and that thing cracked off and hit me in the head, I'd have a fucking bruise.
You'd be concussed.
Yeah.
Real quick, though, if you're 10 feet tall
Yeah.
and you have an 8-inch dong, that's not a very big dong for 10
not.
feet.
Yeah.
And that's probably what that was. You're
Yeah.
probably thinking that if that 8-inch piece of concrete hits my temple, I might die.
Yeah.
but you know,
Do you think that's one thing that?
visually it's not that big.
Do you think that's a plight of like a tall person? Is the expectation that you're gonna have a big old dicky? I don't know what word I was going for in that one, but you're gonna have a big old dong
It sounded like you were saying a big old ticket. And
I was gonna
I like
say
the
that,
idea
right?
of calling
Yeah.
your dick your ticket.
or dicket.
Then you could always be like, hey, I got you want a ticket to ride? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But is that the plight of the tall guy? Yeah, I think I've heard women say like, oh, that guy was like 6'6". I was expecting better. You're like, you know, you kind
Yeah.
of hear
And you're like,
stuff
you put
like
that thing on a 5'2". That thing's huge.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That guy's swinging some pipe.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Some pipe. Yeah.
So yeah, it's something to think about, I suppose.
Something I'll think about every day.
I know. By the way, other comedians have said to me, "Dicks come up way too often on your podcast."
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah,
It really does.
It does.
I wouldn't say that's
Austin's raising his hand
Michelangelo's David's dick is reportedly 5 inches long on the statue.
on the statue. And how big's the statue?
One moment.
All right, thank you. Well, he's
14 feet tall.
So it's a 5-inch dong on a 14-foot tall man. That is a tiny penis.
That's right.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that. First off, where did you find that?
He Googled it, my man. We have
Yeah, but like
power.
that's not everything online.
RomanTours.com.
RomanWhores.com?
Tours.
RomanTours.com.
Roman Tours. Sorry, tours.
Tours.
Roman Tours. So the place where you can book like art tours and city
There's
tours.
no way that people are on the tour and they're like, fun fact, that dick is 5 inches big. Anyways, we have more.
They
over
probably
here.
just have the measurements out there, you know?
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so, man. I saw that thing in person, and that thing would touch the back of my throat for sure. That's more than 5 inches. I had to go that way.
What
You know,
the yeah.
you know, I had to go that way. I had to.
I know you did, my man. We all appreciate that about you.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Very
good.
open.
You know, we did a fun thing of since we last talked to our listeners. You and I produce a show. You mostly. I'm a producer in name only, as I like to say, called Comedians You Should Know.
Right.
It's a big hit. Sells out every Wednesday night in downtown Chicago. We also have one in New York City that does 2 shows. They're doing Wednesday and Saturday. They're probably the most successful of the branch.
Right.
And then there's one in Los Angeles. I'm actually headlining the one in LA on February 28th.
Oh, nice.
So February 28th, guys, I'll be in LA. Come on out to the Comedy Store Belly Room for that. So we did Comedians You Should Know bar crawl in the Loop.
That we did.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
that. That was a lot of fun. It was in the Loop, which is a neighborhood mostly known for offices in downtown Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It's where the train tracks go in a loop. And I remember talking to you and Danny Callis about it, another comedian friend of ours and producer friend of ours. And we were like, dude, when was the last time we got drunk in the Loop? When was the last time
Right.
anyone gets drunk in the Loop?
Right.
Let's support these Loop bars
Yeah.
and just bounce around. Because again, it's mostly offices. A lot of the bars in the Loop close at like 9 p.m. because
Right.
they're just
Which
getting
we
an
found out.
Yeah, they're getting
Yeah.
an after work crowd, and you know, people like to party in River North, Streeterville, the other downtown neighborhoods. Anyways, it's getting boring for people who aren't from Chicago. But I had a fucking blast with that, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope we do that annually.
Yeah, I agree. That was a lot of fun.
And it reminded me of a genius idea you had that we have not talked about on this podcast, but you brought up on my podcast.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember what kind of
My Taco Bell bar crawl?
Your Taco Bell bar crawl.
Yes.
Explain to the listeners.
So what I really would like to do is, so Taco Bell, one of my favorite restaurants.
Yes.
And I consider it a restaurant.
Explain the cantina to people, because I think that's just in like a couple cities. I don't think that nationwide.
Yes, they have the Taco Bell cantina where they actually sell alcohol. And some actually have a bar. I noticed the one in Wrigleyville here in Chicago has TVs up to watch sports and stuff like that. And conveniently, almost all of the ones in the north side of Chicago are almost a perfect square. So you can walk from one to one to one. And I always wanted to do a bar crawl where you just get a bunch of friends together. You go to one, drink, like a bar crawl does. Which I think I'm onto something. I think I could start the new T-Box. T-Box is a
12 bars of Christmas.
Yeah, here in Chicago, it's a huge thing. But like that's the thing is like you want to celebrate Mexican culture, but you can't. You know what I mean? Like we can't.
Well,
what's racist and what's
12
not?
bars of Christmas was taken from Irish tradition of 12 pubs of Christmas. So
Okay.
they hijacked that. Now, I don't think it would be offensive. Here's what we do. Now, if we do it around Cinco de Mayo, it'll look bad. So this is where we're going to
True.
put it on the big ass calendar. We are going to come up with Let's Get Dumb presents the Taco Bell Cantina Bar Crawl.
Love that.
And we could get like shirts made that just says like Taco Bell Cantina Bar Crawl
Yeah.
with like Let's Get Dumb on the back or something.
It could be like
I don't know.
Yo Kiro, I'm drunk.
Something fun like that. But it's
Yeah.
got to be obvious that I want it. I think people would buy the shirt because they would want to wear a shirt that says, I went on a Taco Bell bar crawl.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
what's fun about that shirt.
Yeah.
And then we could put like Let's Get Dumb on the back or something. But I
Sure.
like you're saying, maybe those are in koozies.
Oh, koozies
Right?
are good.
We're merching
Yeah.
it out. But I think we're going to get one of these done Maybe we do it like in June.
Love
Right?
that.
That's a good time of year to do it.
Right.
And I want to go. We could have Austin. He could be a participant, but I also like him having a camera.
Yeah.
We could
Well,
film
he doesn't
it.
drink.
Well,
Austin
we
doesn't
do like
drink.
a man on the street. You guys should like talk to people on your like while you're walking to and from.
Yeah, but
places.
we're gonna like invite people out. We're gonna invite listeners out. We're
Yeah.
gonna invite other comedian friends, and I think it's gonna be a big event. It's gonna be a great thing.
And everyone's
So-
gonna wear the Running Man outfit.
Okay. So I need to ask.
We're not gonna do sombreros or anything stupid like that, though.
Oh, that
okay?
was my question. So I need to ask the two other straight white men here. Can we have a mariachi band?
Oh,
Is that
yes.
Oh, yeah.
you can do that?
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's
That,
fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're hiring people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you're paying.
By the way,
them, right?
if our group was 65% Mexican, then yeah, we could throw the sombreros
We
on.
don't
but
know 65.
we don't know a lot of Mexicans.
can we bring
Chihuahuas?
Chihuahuas?
I know like 7.
That'd be a different one too.
Chihuahuas would be a little.
Chihuahuas would be hard to wrangle up, and they're dicks, by the way.
Yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
fun dogs.
But like they're real
They're cute.
racist.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like they talk about cut as their mascot for a reason. is
Well,
what
here's
I'm
the thing.
saying.
I want people to be like, what are these people doing? Because all those Taco Bell cantinas are in neighborhoods that get a lot of foot traffic,
Right.
right? So people are going to be like, wait, are these people going from Taco Bell to Taco Bell drinking? This is a Taco Bell bar crawl?
Right.
This is
Fuck
the
yeah.
funniest, coolest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But if we're all in sombreros and we're 90% goofy white guys like we are,
No way.
then people are going to be like, look at these fucking assholes.
Right.
They're going to take pictures of us and we're going to go viral on Twitter for being
For the wrong way.
for the wrong way.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want that.
But if you had a mariachi band leading the way, you know what I mean?
I think that could work.
That could work.
The problem is, are we now flipping the bill for the mariachi band from Taco Bell to Taco Bell?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to. Question to you.
What a sweet gig for them.
The question to you is, okay, you're going to all these Taco Bells, right? What's the first 3 things you eat?
Oh, I always start off with I'm a soft shell taco guy,
Are you?
and then but as the night goes on, that's when you get
Soft
crazy
shell.
where you're like, I'll get a little Nacho Bel Grande.
Oh, nice.
I'll get like one of those weird shaped tacos that they always have, you know,
Okay.
like the Doritos Locos tacos.
Those are weird shaped.
Those aren't, but that just popped in my head next.
Okay.
But you know, every now and then they have one where it's like an octagon for some reason. It's like taco shaped, but not taco shaped.
Are you talking about the Crunchwrap Supreme?
No, you know what I mean. There's always like a Belgrita crunch thing.
Oh man, we're going old school on this
Well,
one.
I don't know. Honestly, I only get soft shell tacos at Taco Bell.
Really?
Yeah.
I get a gordita crunch, but with chicken instead of beef, extra Baja sauce. Then what I do is I'll get 2 of those, but then I'll also order a steak quesadilla, and I eat my gordita crunch first. Then I eat the steak quesadilla, and then I go, fuck, I'm all out of gordita. No, I have one more, and then I eat the second one as kind of like a, hey, it's still there for you.
I have never been more proud to be your friend.
Thank
That
you.
is a fantastic order.
I can't tell you how many times I've been drunk, gotten home from a bar. This actually happened to me at the bar crawl, and I'm like drunk, hungry. I'm like, I'm ordering some fucking Taco Bell, and every single time I fall asleep on the couch waiting for it to come, and then it's just outside. And then you do the thing where you go outside, you get the food, and you're like, can I still eat this? It's winter out. Should be fine. It's sad.
Well,
I had Joe. So I had, sorry to interrupt you. I had a neighbor. This happened. I went to a Cook County Social Club, which is a shout out to them. You're in LA now. You're an incredible improv team. You guys are in Chicago. Mark Ratterman, Greg Hess, all the incredible. And I went to their show and kind of hung out with them, and I was with a bunch of people, and I got fucking annihilated. And then I was with my girlfriend's friends, and they were like, let's get Taco Bell. And I was like, you fucking know I want Taco Bell. And I go there, and I come home, and the next day I get a text from my next door neighbor. So there's 2 units on our floor, and she's like, hey, I think your pumpkin leaked all over the place, or you got something going on. And I was like, I didn't get any fucking pumpkins. What are you talking about? And I was like, this motherfucking bitch, she's always on my fucking case about every little goddamn thing, whatever. And then I come home and I start walking up the stairs, and I ate my Taco Bell on the way up, and I just left like a line of it. I mean, it looks like I was like trying to find my way home. Like,
And it was just the
cheese
sauce?
and sauce. And it's just like, how do you, first off, who gets Taco Bell wrong with a pumpkin?
Yeah.
That's
you
cheese
dumb
and sour
bitch.
cream.
You fucking piece
You
of
fucking
shit.
piece of shit. What is it
Open
wrong
up
with
your
you?
dumb eyes. What was her name?
You think Taco Bell? I don't know her name. You
Yeah.
think Taco
Her name
Bell
is
is a
piece of
fucking
shit.
leaky pumpkin?
Oh my
A leaky goddamn pumpkin?
Have some respect for America's finest cuisine, you
Yeah.
fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
I went too hard with the. See,
You
we're
did
on
a
that
little
one?
bit.
A
Yeah,
little bit.
you
I,
did.
I,
That's
I
okay.
should have done that. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. You're Irish. You're Irish. It happens. You're totally worth it. But like, it's one of those things where you're like, this fucking bitch, and then you end up being like, oh, that was me. God damn. It's
Yeah.
always really embarrassing when that happens.
It is embarrassing when that happens.
Yeah, which just sucks. But yeah, so like, how many people is too many people for this?
I don't think there's such a thing.
You don't think so?
You want to cap it at a pub crawl? Does pub crawls cap it? Do they have like a cap where it's like?
No, I mean like, cause
too many
like,
people?
do you tell Taco Bell ahead of time?
No. I think part of the fun is just storming the gates. You don't give them a heads up.
Yeah.
Or should we give them a heads up?
I feel like you kind of have to. How does a bar crawl work? An impromptu bar crawl.
I've done impromptu bar crawls before, and we just show up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think it's a dick move. The problem is you're ordering food, though, but it's fast food, so it doesn't take them long to make
Right.
it.
You're not gonna order food.
I don't
every
think you
place.
need to. Do we tell those? We did a bar crawl. Did we tell any of those bars in advance we were showing
No, we
up?
did not. There's only 8 of us though. I
No,
think we
it's
can get
only
like a
8.
good 100 people to this one.
We got 100 people, then you got to give a heads up. Also,
Yeah.
you can't walk in a group of 100 anywhere without police being like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah.
I don't know if you need a permit for that shit.
Right.
God damn it. Now we got to look into it. Ugh. I just
Can
wanted
you
to
imagine
throw
too,
a
like,
bar
You can
crawl
order
together.
on the app. You can tell everyone, hey, if you have the app, just order ahead. By the time you guys arrive, your food will be there already.
Are you a big ordering food on the app type of guy?
Yeah, it's kind of the around here. Yeah, it's the only way.
The only way. Do you order on the app?
No.
I don't order on the app either.
No.
He's-
I support
he's of the
businesses.
generation that orders on the app.
You can't. No way you go to McDonald's and order in line. You're bound to get shot.
How to get
Don't
shot?
get shot.
Oh, it's dangerous up in my McDonald's.
Are people getting shot at McDonald's while
Yeah,
they're
they
waiting?
got 2 cops at my McDonald's at all times. 2.
Where the fuck do you live?
Uptown.
Uptown?
It's bad, dude. It's bad.
I've never gotten worried about getting shot. I had McDonald's yesterday.
Do you remember
food was fine?
Do you remember when McDonald's was doing like fancy McDonald's?
They're trying to start that up again right now.
They
got
opened that one up,
Cosmic.
Yeah,
something,
yeah. I
or-
want to go so bad. We should go.
We should go.
we'll go.
We should go and film that.
Well, we're also going to do those other things. We got to get those down on the calendar too.
Yeah.
Guys, we got a lot of fun shit in store for you here in
I thought
2024.
of another one too that I want to
Oh, we
mention.
got some fun shit in store for you.
You know the bar crawl I've always wanted to do, Joe? Did you see the movie Running Man?
With
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
yeah.
I've always wanted to do a Running Man bar crawl. So in Running Man, they wear this like kind of the unitard like thing, and I want to get everybody sized, and I want to get somebody to make them for everybody, and then do that Running Man bar crawl. You have to have an outfit, right? Something cool, right?
That's why I like the shirts that just say I'm on a Taco Bell bar crawl.
See, I think the Taco Bell one will catch on better.
Yeah.
I was gonna do that. You know, it's funny. I'm gonna do that for a housewarming.
The Running Man thing?
No. The Taco Bell bar crawl.
What do you mean for a house? Oh, when your place is done?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Would that be done in June? 'Cause my idea was
Probably
June.
not. Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
fuck with my calendar.
I won't.
You know, I'm taking this very seriously now.
You really are.
All right, Jesus.
What are you gonna do when if your kids write in your calendar?
It's dry erase, baby. I could just.
Well, what I'm saying, what if they erase and write something
I
else?
don't know. I have
are
a
you gonna do?
backup.
Do you do a backup?
A backup, yeah.
Do you
of
take
course.
pictures of it?
No, but that's what I'll start to do.
Okay.
It's a very good idea.
Right?
Yeah. Speaking of calendar, New Year's Eve just occurred and everyone loves it.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone. We don't.
I hate it.
I hate it so much too, man.
Yeah.
It's just the most overrated day of the year. It's always been one of those things where you feel pressure to go out, and it brings out the fucking worst people and all
Worst
these people who are just, they act like, oh, I've got the best New Year's Eve plans. What were your New Year's Eve plans? I'm like, dude, first of all, what was your last year's plans? Because this past year I was out having fun all the time, and you just show up at the end of the year and you think
Yeah.
you're fucking hot shit.
Yeah.
You're not. You go to dumb bars, you pay ridiculous amounts of money. It's always these same assholes who, like in the beginning of December, will start to ask you, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? What are you doing for New Year's Eve? And they tell you, they go, I know this great all you could drink. It's $150. It's from 9 to 9:45. Bottom shelf liquor.
Right.
They give you a hat.
There's gonna be 1,000 people there. It only fits 200. So like,
no
make sure you come
deodorant.
early.
It's
You're right.
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of all and you and I were talking about like drinking holidays. That's, if you were going to rank the drinking holidays, what do you got?
Okay, so best is St. Patrick's during the day.
Yeah.
Only during the day.
Yeah.
I would argue that
9
St.
a.m.
Patrick's at night, second worst. At
Depends
night.
depends where you go, though.
Depends where you go.
Because we made the mistake of going to a bar that we normally love, but I remember
Right.
that night being like, this is not going to be the spot to be in.
Right.
Because you want to go to one where it's festive is a good word. Yeah, it's like there's some live music, people are drunk dancing. It's full, but not asses to ankles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I could see that. There's definitely some douchebagginess that shows up on St. Patrick's
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. Black Wednesdays. I do enjoy Black Wednesday is the only drinking holiday I enjoy at night. Even though it gets a little packed, it's just kind of fun and like you see a lot of people you haven't seen because people are in town, which
Yeah,
I like.
that's
I
cool.
enjoy.
I agree.
New Year's for sure is the worst.
The worst.
The worst. It's like you mentioned because most St. Patrick's Day they generally don't have like a how do you get in
A cover?
a cover? Thank you,
Yeah,
Jesus
cover
Christ.
charge.
Today I am lost for words.
Unless it's about dick, and then you're all over it.
Oh yeah, do you want to talk about penis? Let's talk about that. Okay, 3 favorite dicks. Go. It's like $150 to get in for New Year's, and then it's so packed. You just cannot get 3 drinks in.
You can't get your
in that
money's
time.
worth. You
No.
really can't.
And I'm getting hit. Like drinks are getting spilled over me. I'm like wearing I have to dress
You want to
nice.
fight?
You want to fight? I don't want. You always want to fight, but like I don't
want to fight.
Yeah, the food's not good. It's like always gone. It's stupid.
It's annoying.
Everyone's wearing stupid hats.
And it's the people that get drawn out to it where they act like
And
if
it's like,
they don't go out for it, their year was a failure.
and you know what? Your phone doesn't work too.
Yeah, it's also just it's the countdown. They just love the countdown.
I love the countdown.
We could get drunk
And it's like,
and count down till tonight.
yeah,
Right?
And it's like it's suburb parents who are just like, oh, I can finally get drunk, and they can't handle their booze anymore, but they still want to drink like it's in college, like they're in college. And guess what, girl? You sloppy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that ain't working out for you.
very sloppy.
Yeah,
Oh, and they use the word tipsy.
yeah.
I don't like the word tipsy. There are people.
You don't like the word
I'm
tipsy?
just so tipsy. I got very tipsy, and I'm
What do you
like,
like?
you guys shut the fuck up.
Buzzed. I like buzzed.
Buzzed, I'm all right with.
Yeah,
I got drunk. I was feeling it. Like,
yeah.
you
What do
know,
you say when you got hammered? Do you like hammered? Do you like drunk?
I say fucked up
I like fucked up.
because I was talking
Oh, yeah, I
about.
like fucked up.
So you got Chris Bader, friend of the show, been on the podcast.
Yeah,
Austin's
awesome.
boss. He had this great like holiday party last year, and I was talking to some people about it the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, I didn't go to it this year because last year I got fucked up."
Yeah.
That's how I say it.
Yeah.
I was like, I got fucked up.
You
I
got to
remember
accent it like that too.
Yeah.
and like kind of like
that exact rhythm
Yeah.
and cadence. I remember talking to our boy Mark Lavelle, and Mark was like, "Dude, you were fucking
Yeah, you're
hammered." Like
annihilated,
I think
yeah.
he said annihilated, hammered, one of those two. But I don't know the word tipsy. I just don't like when people say it. It just sounds like I was tipsy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then there's that one song. It's like everyone in the club getting tipsy.
Good song.
It's a good song, but they got overplayed, so it made me hate the word.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Wasted. I've said wasted.
Waste is fun. I like tatered.
Sloshed. I like
tatered
sloshed.
last night.
You got tatered?
Yeah.
I've never heard tatered before.
Never?
No, I think you just made that up right now.
I don't think so.
Is that a Wisconsin thing?
You like housed?
Housed?
Yeah, housed.
Nah.
Housed is like a Wisconsin
Wrecked.
thing.
I've said I got wrecked.
Wrecked is
'cause I
good.
got wrecked last night.
Yeah. You know what's even better? An erection.
Yeah. Why don't you make up
I
some
had
new
to.
ones?
I had to.
Dude, I got fucking.
I like a- you know what I
got
love?
fucked in the ass with a big beautiful dick last night. I'm like, did you really?
And you're like,
Yeah,
oh, so you
I
had a
got
good night?
drunk.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
drunk.
yeah, good night.
You didn't know that's slang for I got drunk?
I like
Come on.
annihilated. Oh, I got fucking annihilated last night.
Yeah, you said that one already.
Did
Yeah,
I?
I like that. You did. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, it's one of those days.
No, it's one of those days where you don't want to wake up.
Dude, I
and
would
everything
fucking-
sucks.
Yeah.
It's Limp Bizkit.
yeah.
Yeah, I got Limp Bizkit last night. No,
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
work. Yeah, I don't know. If I were to do my rankings though of the worst drinking holidays, I'll do that. You know what? There's too much negativity out there. I'll rank my favorites.
Okay.
St. Patrick's Day is my favorite because, like you said, though, you start early during the day. It's the best.
Question though.
You just wear green too. There's no pressure.
Can I add to what you're gonna say?
Sure.
The actual St. Patrick's Day, not the Saturday.
Okay.
Not the
good
Saturday
call.
before.
Good call. So we have some international listeners.
Yes.
So for them, let me explain this. St. Patrick's Day in Chicago. I don't know if it's like this in every major city.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. So you have like, they'll have like the Saturday before is a big going out, getting crazy because people are pussies nowadays. They don't go out the day of.
No.
I remember when Chicago changed it. Chicago used to have its St. Patrick's Day parade on the actual St. Patrick's Day.
Really?
So that means if March 17th fell on a Tuesday, the parade was on that Tuesday.
Yeah.
And my dad loved it because even though he didn't work downtown, he had a lot of friends who did. And he said everyone who worked downtown took a half day. The parade would be down State Street at noon. So everyone would go out for their lunch break, watch the parade. They wouldn't go back to work. They'd fill in the bars. And my dad loved it because he'd be like, oh, I'll just go meet my friends at these bars. There was no cell phones back then. So you just knew we're going to meet at this bar. Bam, I'm there. Easy, loves it. And because it is an easy holiday, especially
Yeah.
if you like to drink. You just throw a green t-shirt on and you go out and you get fucking annihilated. There we go. So, but then the Mayor Daley, we've had two Mayor Daleys here in the city of Chicago. The second one, who was mayor through the 90s and early 2000s, he said, and I quote, we're going to move the parade to Saturday. That way families could attend the parade. He thought St. Patrick's Day was a family holiday.
It is not.
My father told me when I was very young, he goes, St. Patrick's Day is not a family holiday.
It is not.
I've never spent one St. Patrick's Day with my dad. You know what I mean?
You're not going to anymore.
I'm not anymore, sadly. Yeah.
Hey,
but,
same with mine. Same with
yeah,
mine.
yeah. So you can make these jokes, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, because it was just like I'd go out with my friends and drink, and he'd go out with his friends and drink. It was never
Oh,
like
really?
let's get together with the family.
He was still going out though, like when you were going out?
I mean, not up. I mean, he passed away at 67 last year, so it wasn't like he was still going out up until that point. But
Yeah.
like, you know, I remember when I was in high school and he was in his like, when I was 17, he would have been 47. Yeah, he was still going out then. And
What's
stuff.
the
Yeah,
drunkest you've ever seen your dad?
I've never seen him like out of control drunk.
Really?
Because if I'm around, he's gonna keep his head on a swivel.
There's no times when you're a kid, you're like, oh no, my dad was just hammered.
I remember one time we were leaving a White Sox game, believe it or not. We are not White Sox fans, and he definitely was not one. And and he knew that area though, because he worked for the Chicago Park District, so he knew the area around where the White Sox play. And we're with a few people, a few adults, like some of his friends and stuff. And we're trying to go down this one way. And my dad's explained to the guy, like, no, I could go down that way. I know this is the way to go. And if I turn right, I could avoid all this.
Yeah.
And then the guy said something. My dad said something back. And then I remember the guy kind of leaning in and being like, maybe you should let her drive.
Yeah.
And then my dad said something where it's like, oh, why can't I go down that way? Is that Frank Thomas's personal fucking lane or something like that? Like, he was a big Sox player at the time. But then I remember later being like,
Big hurt.
it was something I didn't process at the time, but I remember later in life being like, oh, maybe he was a little drunk and probably should have been driving at that time.
Have you ever gotten drunk with your parents? Either one?
No. I mean,
Never.
at weddings, we drink and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I've never thought to myself, I'm drunk and they're drunk. We're drunk together. No.
Yeah, my family never drank because, like, my mom was recovering. So, like alcohol, like, I never knew that you get drunk with family. You know what I mean?
No, there are people who do that.
Yeah.
I've had beers with them, but never like gotten drunk.
Oh my God. Like I didn't know until I started dating. And then it was like, but your drinking shoes. I'm like, yeah, but your parents are here. They're like, oh my God. Like I've dated like where their parents is just like filling my drink, like where I've blacked out in front of their family, like so often. And I'm like, I didn't know this was like a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, oh, all the things I've missed, you know?
Yeah. I've never seen him drunk. He's probably seen me drunk at weddings. And I think that's the way it should be, though. I would not have wanted to see my dad drunk. You see people differently when you see them drunk. Not always in a bad way. Sometimes you see things in a good way when you see people drunk for the first time. But I still feel like with the father-son relationship, there should still feel this authoritative, like, you know what I mean? Like they should always be above you.
Can I tell you,
know what I mean?
a trick on that?
Yeah.
This is my trick. This is what I figured out. Is if you stay just a little more drunk than everybody else seems sober.
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean? Because I'm always like, I always get here pretty quick, and then people are here, and then as this happens, like you can't tell. You know what I mean? Like I'm like everyone's sober, and then people are just like, oh, I got shit house last night, and you're like, did you?
I've seen you cross over though. We'll never forget a few Christmases ago after the Laugh Factory Christmas party when there was a big brawl at Big City. Both you and Blake Burkhart were of no help to anyone during that brawl because you guys were so drunk. You were at the bar. The fight was literally happening around you.
It was next to me.
I remember at one point
was
being
blocking,
like, "Excuse me, I'm trying to punch someone. Move, Jonah."
Yeah,
know?
I was no. People see me that drunk. I'm saying like when you're that drunk,
Oh, you
when
don't
you
know
stay
anyone
above,
else. I
you
see.
think everybody's sober compared to you.
Gotcha.
Is the point. So like if you were just a little more drunk than your dad, like you'll never see him drunk because you're drunker.
Sure,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That fight was insane because we were at a bar, a Big City Tap here in Chicago, which is a late night 4 a.m. bar, and I'm blocking Blake, who's a friend of the podcast, comedian here in Chicago. He's on my right. I'm blocking him from seeing the fight, right? And I'm like, and when I get drunk, I get in my own little world sometimes, you know, and I'll just like if you're talking to me, I just think everything's a joke. So I'm always like, right? And people are like, I didn't say anything. I go, like it's insane. And this is what I'm told because I'm blacking out. And that fight all happened. You guys were protecting, the honor of a young woman. And that happened. And Blake, he goes to me, he goes, Jonah, oh my God, was there a fight happening to your left of you? And then I looked to the left and I looked at Blake and I go, and I looked at the bartender and I go, 2 shots of Malort, please. And then he goes, I wasn't asking for a shot. I was so gone. I was
You were
gone.
in bad shape that day.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't finish my list now. All right. So here's the list. Best drinking holidays. St. Patrick's Day, number 1. Because again, it's easy. You just wear on a green shirt. There's no real prep for it. And you start early, which is nice. Number 2, Black Wednesday. Because again, there's not a lot of stress for it. It's just the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. It's kicking off holiday season, essentially. You got friends from in and out of town that you haven't seen in a while. Again, nice, like stress-free.
We're doing top 5. What are we doing?
I'm doing my favorite 5.
Favorite 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Top 3 President's Day?
Yeah.
We should build a list together.
No, I'm giving mine, and then you give yours.
Oh, I thought we
you know
building. I thought we were building together.
Hey, Austin, I was thinking about this the other
I
day.
thought we were building together.
I was thinking about this the other day, Austin. When we come up with ideas, this would be a fun thing to do for the idea of coming up with clips. Like, I remember having an idea the other day where I'm like, oh, I'd love to talk about my favorite this. But then Jonah would probably fuck with me the whole time. So I'll just come in here, like after the podcast, we could record like separately our favorite like things or like things we didn't get a chance to do. And then there are their own separate clips.
Or you know what would work too?
Good idea.
You know what would work is if before the podcast you say, hey, let's do our top 5 drinking. And then I'm going to go and then you're going to go. We're not going to build it together. And I'm going to go.
I don't want to build it together. I want to give my top 5 and your top 5. That way I can have an awesome clip of me looking amazing talking about my top 5 clips. That way people are like, who's this handsome man talking about his favorite drinking days?
That is the most
I want
Joe
to
thing
follow
I've ever
him on
heard in my whole
Instagram.
entire life. Yes.
That's exactly
Hey,
why.
you know
that's
what?
what I'm doing. Why would I want to build? You give your 5, I give my 5.
Joe?
We did that for fucking Christmas up.
Joe,
movies.
look at the camera. Say your 5. Happy New Year, buddy.
Thanks. St. Patrick's Day #1, right? All right, hold on. Let me start again. All right, my top 5.
Joe, what's your top 5 drinking holidays?
Why did you have that weird ass
Jonah,
pause?
start again. Jonah, try again. You paused. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
Ready, go.
You know, that's crazy, Joe. What's your top 5 drinking holidays?
My top 5 drinking holidays, #1, St. Patrick's Day. Because again, it's easy. You start early, which is big. You can start like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. if you want to get crazy. Throw a green t-shirt on, and it's simple, right? #2, Black Wednesday. Because it kicks off holiday season, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. You got friends in from out of town you haven't seen in a while. Stress-free. Not a lot, you know. #3 is where it gets a little tricky. I do love Halloween, but you get stressed trying to pick a good costume.
I disagree on this one.
Right. Well, you could hold your thoughts on that. So you got the stress of what kind of costume am I going to get? Are you going to do a couples thing? What's going on? Is this costume 2 plates? There's a lot of that. And it does bring a lot of douchebags out, right? But most drinking holidays do, with the exception of the first 2 I just named. And even you could argue that St. Patrick's Day by nighttime, you know, and you made a good point. St. Patrick's Day on the day of is huge, right? That real day. Drink on a fucking Tuesday. Be real about it if you're going to go hard. #4, I would have to say 4th of July.
Yeah.
Because it does count, right? And it's just it's simple as well. Anytime you could get drunk in your shorts on a picnic table is nice. You know what I mean? Low stakes, barbecues. Yeah, right. You're not spending a ton of money. But then the worst is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve is the worst. And I feel like New Year's Eve would be at the bottom of my list if I could think of more drinking holidays to shit on.
Okay, so New Year's Eve is 5th only because you can't think of other holidays.
I guess Cinco de Mayo, but I don't really
That's
go
fun.
hard. I don't go
That's a
hard
good
on
one.
Cinco de Mayo.
That's a really fun one.
Yeah, I should probably try to do that.
Okay, so you did your 5.
Yeah, I would love to hear your 5. Jonah,
You know what I want to do is I want to build the top 5 worst with you, and we're going to build it together, and we're going to see what clip goes better.
Well, sure. But the problem is the top 5 that we're building together will be like 4.5 minutes long because it's a conversation.
Right.
Whereas this just saying the top 5 the way I did it is a clip.
So
I know we're not supposed to be thinking about clips when we do a podcast. You're supposed to be just having a good time.
Yeah.
I know.
So okay, so let's just kind of
Could you fucking angle your legs a little bit that way?
Oh, see, I like talking to you. I don't like talking.
I know,
I don't
but
like cheating to the camera. I like talking to you.
I'm cheating to the
No
camera.
matter what, my mouth is saying the same on their mic, which is good. But like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I
it feels like I'm this way and your fucking legs are coming right at me. So how about we both fucking angle ourselves a little bit like that way?
Yeah. You know, it's funny because that's how you're supposed to talk to a girl at a bar. Is you talk kind of what you said is you never square up because you feel uncomfortable. Right?
Yeah. If
So
I
you
was-
always you go almost shoulder to shoulder, and then you kind of talk over your shoulder to them, right? And then you do false time constraint, and then you nag as quickly as you can. And then you also do indicator of interest, right? Which is kind of nagging, I guess, a little bit. So you do your opener, which is not a yes or no question, right? It's like, you know, so whatever. We will go through that later. It's
you obviously read The Game by Neil Strauss. Is that where that's from?
I did.
Yeah.
And I watched the show.
I never saw the
which
show.
is the best show of all. You never watched the show, Joe?
No. What's it called? The Game?
No, it's called The Pickup Artist. It's one of the
Pickup
greatest. It's only 3 seasons. One of the greatest shows of television in the world. It's hilarious.
Well, I just think to myself, if I've seen this, we've all been at a bar where you see a woman, she's this way,
Right.
and the dude next to her is like has
He
fucking
lives,
like
like, right in
legs
front of
right
her,
on her.
yeah.
It's just so uncomfortable.
It's like, let me buy you a drink.
When
Let me
I'm
buy you a
sitting at a
drink.
bar and I'm talking to a friend, I just kind of like lean this way a little bit. Like, we're looking up at the game and then, like, he or she's right next to me. I'll just kind of like lean over a little bit like that when I talk to them.
Yeah.
I don't have to fucking make a big gesture with my fucking legs and arms and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have
yeah.
to like this either.
Yeah,
Just
right.
fucking lean this way a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
So you want to build a top 5 worst drinking holidays together?
Yes. Okay. So I would agree. New Year's, to me,
worst.
one of the worst. See, I think it's one of the worst. I would say, to me, Halloween, because more fight. You know that more fights happen during the Halloween drinking. If you go by drinking holiday, and that reason is because people are in mass and they're acting out. They feel like they can act outside themselves. They can feel like their true id comes out.
Wow.
Is it the id or is it it's id, right? It is it. Thank you. Like their id comes out. So like that's why it's, and like if you ever celebrated Halloween in Madison, Wisconsin, that's one of the biggest Halloween celebrations. And growing up in the early aughts or being in college in the early aughts, it was a fucking death trap. Like there's riots would happen. It was insane. And it's like, and you dress as Luigi, like that's not fun. And everyone's like, where's Mario? You're like, I don't even fucking know where Mario, where is my friend? Is he okay? Is he dead? What's going on? Like, it's just, it's insane. So
I actually
to
got
me,
into a fight on Halloween now that you mention it.
you
So,
did?
yeah.
What were you dressed as?
I was dressed as a Chicago Cubs player.
Oh yeah.
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 Because at Western Illinois University, I beat the shit out of this guy. He spit on my sister.
Oh Jesus
Fucked
Christ.
him up good.
Yeah, because his it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is the worst costume, the silliest costume to see somebody fight in?
One year I went
Like a
as
baby,
the yellow
like
M&M.
a big adult baby.
I was the yellow M&M one year, where and it was a warm Halloween.
Uh-huh.
So all I wore underneath the big yellow thing was just I had underwear, I had a pair of boxers on,
Yeah.
and I had gym shoes, socks, and then this big yellow thing over me, but nothing shirtless. So I remember thinking to myself that day, if I got into a fight that night, it would have looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
But the worst thing you could see someone get into a fight in on Halloween.
Like a man dressed up like a big baby.
A man
right?
dressed like a big baby would be a good one.
a
Anytime
bonnet?
dudes try to cross dress for Halloween, that
Yeah.
you could tell they're doing it like in a way where they're like, I don't normally do this, ha ha ha.
Yo, okay, so follow-up question too. Like, what do you think is the worst costume to wear, as in it invokes you getting the shit kicked out of you? Because I had friends that dressed up as bowling pins. They thought it was real funny, and they came home and they're just like, we got this shit kicked out of us because everyone just tried to push them over.
Oh yeah, because they're
Yeah.
a bowling pin.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, yeah, that's probably the worst one then.
Yeah, and I
That's
was like,
good.
what were you thinking, man? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, man. Their head was in the gutter. It's a bowling reference, Austin.
Oh man, that was pretty good. Don't take any spirit change on that one.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, that was bad.
I know.
All right,
That's pretty
thanks.
bad.
So all right, so Halloween. What's next? We got New Year's Eve. We got Halloween.
New Year's Eve, Halloween. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think is like the worst?
So that's why I couldn't come up with this one.
9/11.
9/11 is a bad drinking
Like you don't want to you don't want to seem happy,
No.
right?
Yeah.
No, you're pouring one out for the fallen boys.
You're the fallen.
You're drinking in the fallen.
Sticking to my-
It's like
sticking-
And you
Veterans
got.
Day.
I like to drink. Whenever I drink on 9/11, I start drinking when the first tower hit. At that time, and I try to get drunk by the time the second tower. This podcast
So you-
is
so-
off the
so-
air.
at 9
so-
or
Just
2
been
a.m.
totally.
So you're all falling down together.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
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 Oh Jesus Christ! That's 20
We're starting
fucking
off,
years ago.
We are
Shut up.
starting off 2024 hot.
Yeah.
It has been long enough though. But then again, if we were making the same joke about Pearl Harbor, people would be like,
What's your thoughts on what's your thoughts on Super Bowl? That's a drinking holiday.
It's not really a holiday; it's an event. But
an
yeah,
event,
I
but it's kind of a
guess.
holiday.
Super Bowl's the biggest. Going to someone's house to drink.
Yeah.
It's one of the bigger
It
ones.
is,
that.
right?
You don't really go to bars too much.
Have you ever been to a bar for a Super Bowl?
Yeah, Galway Bay Pub. I watched Super Bowl
You
at Galway
were?
once.
Okay,
And I
okay.
enjoyed it actually.
That's the only time I'm enjoying. I hate partying at people's houses. That's one of the only times I look forward to it
Because everyone's bring dips and there's all
Yeah.
sorts of people bring different appetizers and yeah, it's
What about Valentine's Day? Have you partied on? You've been married for a while and with your wife for a long time.
Valentine's Day sucks. And if you're a
It's
real
sad.
couple
It's
and you're
sad out
really in
there.
love, you don't want to go on Valentine's Day because every restaurant has a 2-hour wait. It's so
I'm
overrated.
at the bars drinking because that is a big drinking holiday.
I've
for the
never
singles.
thought to go drunk for that, but I
Yeah.
just think I think if you're in a committed relationship or if you're with someone you love, why are you going out on Valentine's Day? You could do Valentine's Day any day of the week. Why put yourself through these restaurants that are slammed with people?
Right.
I mean, my God, dude. I used to be a waiter at a steakhouse, and Valentine's Day was fucking hell.
Yeah.
Hell.
Yeah.
Torturous, because you've like all these people just don't understand that. Hey, dickhead, look around. We are insanely busy. You just order a steak well done. It's not coming out for 45 minutes. Know that right now.
Yeah.
And stop bitching at me every time. Is it not ready yet? No, it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And no, I don't know who you are. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
you're clearly, you've only been dating this woman for 6 months.
Right.
And she's going to dump you after this performance you gave tonight.
Right.
Okay? Because she's going to see this is how you act at restaurants.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fucking do another Valentine's Day with this fucking schmuck.
Right. Right.
You know? Schmuck is a good word, too.
Schmuck's
by the way.
a good
Let's
one.
thank our Jewish friends for the word schmuck, because I think that's like a New York Jewish word.
Yeah.
Schmuck. Putz. Putz is another good one.
Plus, it's fun.
All right, Jonah. Anything you want to plug? That's been a fun podcast. What? It has been. Why did it sound disingenuous?
You know, because you want your
had a good time.
Well, you went to your phone and you're
but I
like,
went to
yeah,
the
this has been a
notes.
great time.
Just so you know,
You don't. Can I say
Jonah
something?
forgets this is being filmed. He always points when I'm at my phone. I say, so you anything you want to plug, Jonah? Which means the camera will start to be on
No, I know
you.
that. But what
so
I'm
no
gonna
one
say,
knows I'm going to my phone.
What I'm going to say, what it feels like right now is what that man's date did to him. Where you're like, this has been a great date. This is what's that? Yeah, I'll see you later. Okay, good.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
See, I was checking the notes because we had a few notes before the podcast. There's a couple good things here we didn't get to. We didn't do an eliminate one, which we don't have time to start, so don't even try it. And we didn't do the other cool thing that,
We talked about before.
yes.
Yes.
So that's going to be fun for the next episode then.
I think the big plug I want to do is I want to plug our shows in Arizona.
Yeah, hell yeah. Remember,
Yeah.
everyone, if you're listening and you're in Arizona, tell your friends, tell everyone you know, because if we sell these out, Joe and Jonah will be very happy boys.
Yeah, very happy
We'll
boys.
be very happy boys.
Yeah. You know who won't be happy boys? Your boys, because they won't be able to eat if you don't come to the show.
Yes, my sons is what he means by that.
your
My
sons.
sons
Not your testicles.
need food. Well, no, it's not like you were saying, you know, who won't be happy? Your boys, meaning the listeners.
Oh, like your
boys.
listeners' boys. You know what? They will be
listeners'
unhappy because you're not supporting live
Well, your
comedy
boys
and
will be
artists.
unhappy that you didn't tell them about the show because they would have enjoyed a good show.
Right. Yeah.
So tell your men, tell your women,
Mm-hmm.
tell your they thems, tell everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody needs to come to this show.
Yeah.
Come on out.
Yeah.
Come on out. That didn't sound right.
Come on, Eileen.
Come on. Is that what that song's about?
Is it?
Come on, Eileen. He comes on Eileen. Oh
I was
my
like, I thought you
God.
said, "Come on, Eileen."
Is it? Come on, Eileen. Oh, you know what this means. I can't sing, obviously.
Wouldn't it be like, "Came on,
At this
Eileen"?
moment,
you mean
everything.
to
Your
not-
pretty dress. I can't remember the rest of that though. He's coming on that dress, and now is he gonna flip the fucking dry cleaning bill? This fella, huh? Are you Dexy? You and your Midnight Runners? Are you gonna take care of Eileen's
you know the
dress?
band. That's great.
Of course, Dexy's Midnight Runners, baby. Everyone
I
knows
thought that was Rod Stewart the whole time. Seriously?
You
I really
dumb
did.
fuck.
I was
You
like,
dumb
Fucking
piece of
way, you
shit.
thought that was Rod
You
Stewart.
dumb
You
piece of shit.
hey, fuck both of you. They
Yeah,
sound
we're
similar.
supposed to get dumb, not
don't.
be dumb. This isn't let's be dumb. This is let's get dumb.
Well, originally it was about how
you're
we're dumb.
being dumb right now.
I know.
All right, I'm sorry.
Anyways, so I just want to plug Camera on Me. I just want to plug the Black Eyed Diaries podcast, which is like kind of a sister podcast to this podcast, which is great. I want to plug your podcast.
Yeah, the Joe Kilgallon podcast. Also, check out my comedy special. You could go to joekilgallon.com and it brings you right to it. It's on punchup.live, which is this new great platform for comedians. So check it out there. And yeah, other than that, thank you for listening to the podcast. Big things in 2024, everyone.
Big things.
Cheers.
Cheers.